Back, everyone's 25 past the hour. It's time to talk about home gardening, and our good friend Sally Cunningham joins us now live from Hamburg. And now we unfortunately can't do questions today, but Sally does have plenty to show us today. Good morning, Sally.
Well, good morning. I have lots to tell you about that's coming up the next weekend. So lest I forget, I want to mention right now you're going to go to the National Garden Festival website and look up Lockport in Bloom, the Snyder Cleeve Hill Garden Tour, and on Friday a wonderful autumn motor coach tour of the Northtown Superior Gardens. So you can still sign up for that bus tour. But I want to most tell you about Native Plants Weekend. We're going to talk about why native plants are so important, including the butterfly weed that I'm holding. But let me introduce you over here to Ken Parker, who is manager of trees, shrubs, and perennials at Lockwood's Greenhouses, where we are. But I want to ask Ken, what's the big deal about native plants?
Well, native plants, what we're doing is promoting the original plant species that were here in Western New York before European settlement. So the original plants 500 years ago. I think it's very important because most of the landscape plants, the majority of them, are actually introduced European and Asian species. And it's important to put back the original plants.
So let's look at a couple of them. For example,
well, this one here is purple flowering raspberry, great for shade gardens, not for the small backyard, 6 by 6 foot. I love those large maple-like leaves, pink summer flowers, and it produces a dry fruit, which is great for attracting birds.
and you can see as we look that the honeybee, there's a bumblebee wallowing around in the nectar, and that's one of the main reasons to use native plants is for the beneficial insects and the pollinators and the birds. Well, let's look at this next one.
Well, this next one here is actually indigenous to Niagara County. It's called Calm St. John's wort. It is a medicine plant. Beautiful yellow flowers during the summertime. When it's not in flower, I love the blue-green foliage. It gets 3 by 3 foot. Excellent for foundation plantings and a hot, dry spot. I would use that actually as a substitute for potentillus.
Excellent. I think it's much more interesting than potentillus. And we're over here now with some other flowers. It's not all about shrubs. This one is a hummingbird attractor, right?
Yeah, this one here is white penstemon, and you can actually find it in bloom around our highways in the area. Flowers that produce trumpet-shaped blooms, yes, will attract hummingbirds and butterflies. What's great about this, too, in the fall time, turns an outstanding burgundy color. And that lavender flower right next to it, I love this, is wild bergamot, which Native Americans had used for thousands of years. The leaf here that we're looking at can be used as a oregano substitute, or for your barbecue. You can marinate meats with it. You can use it fresh or dried.
And you can make tea with it. Its other name is Oswego tea. It's what we gardeners know as bee balm. Well, how about hydrangeas? Now, everybody's crazy for hydrangeas, and I think of most of them as non-native. Tell me about it.
Well, this is the original species here. This is indigenous to New York State. This is Hydrangea arborensis, which is the original plant, and then we made the Annabelles with them. This gets about 6 foot tall, great for the garden. And of course, my favorite of the hydrangeas, it is a North American species, is the oak leaf hydrangea with beautiful cone-shaped white flowers in summer. The bark itself has that peely, exfoliating bark, cinnamon colored, and then outstanding fall color, which is maroon burgundy.
Oh, great. Well, one of the things I hope you're doing this weekend is coming to this Native Plants Weekend as part of the National Garden Festival. On Saturday, there's a program of outstanding speakers, starting with Ken Parker, who will tell you so much more, and a panel of experts from Joy Keebler to Tim Fulton, some of our regional experts in native plants and natural habitat. Please come, look that up. Here are butterfly plants, and I have to add that the last speaker of the day on Saturday, and this is partnered with Western New York Land Conservancy, our final speaker is a butterfly book author. She writes about airplanes in the garden, Joan Calderon, and she is going to excite you so much about all of these butterfly plants, the coneflowers, the daisies, the Veronicastrum, they're all here. Well, everybody, look it up, nationalgardenfestival.com. Look for the Western New York Land Conservancy and Lockwood's Greenhouses program and Native Plants Weekend coming up.
All right, thank you, Sally.